Hello, I'm Kami.
I'm Uli, and
Yo.
this is gonna be hard to articulate, but we're gonna do our best job.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
Uh,
So, okay, I guess we should explain what Bala Club is.
I mean, Bala Club is a space. It's not supposed to be singular in any way. Uh, it's taken the form of like spaces like club nights, and I guess it's become a label. It's become many things, but it's truly just a universe we created for ourselves because the world we live in is terrible, and what better way to combat that than to create your own world, you know? And that's all that Bala Club is. Nobody's held down to Bala Club. Bala Club doesn't own anyone, and Bala Club isn't an aesthetic or a club night. It's just a space.
It's literally just like for me personally, it's just like a universe, like where we can express like whatever we want, and we were never consciously ever trying to do a club night.
No.
Ever. We actually don't even really fuck with club culture that much, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Before we even started music, I literally never even stepped foot in a club.
the only club I went to was an emo club in like 2006, and that's as close I got to club culture. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's just weird. Like it's like an aspect of club culture took us in, so that's why I guess our music was being played at club nights. But it was never our intention to create music for the club. Like I think even till now, like we're all making songs. We're not making, like I don't know. We're not trying to play up to the club night.
Yeah, no, exactly. And if we could go to our next slide, please.
I didn't know we had slides.
I prepared it. So this is the flyer from our most recent club night, and it's like, we're like obviously we done it in a club, but it's mostly all live music. And
There's one DJ on the lineup.
There's one DJ, one of my babies, Zach Matic. He was the only DJ that night, and we like pulled off a full club night with strictly live performances, and that's kind of the direction I guess we'd like to head in.
Yeah, 2017. There's gonna be less USBs and more performances. You know.
I mean, you can still use the USBs, but use some mics and
Yeah.
samplers or whatever. But whatever people want to do, but we're trying to like move away from like the conventional club night, and because it gets a bit boring after a while.
And when we started like just like the first ever like incarnation of Bala Club was at a Congolese restaurant behind our estate, basically in Brixton, and like basically it was a makeshift club space. It was a garden, and they had like a makeshift roof, and like there was no like plan. Like you'd go there. Like if we trusted our friends that had good taste, they'd bring their music to play. If you performed, you would grab a microphone and you'd perform. Like there were absolutely no rules, no set times, nothing. Like you could do what you wanted, and that's where it birthed from. And I think over the last year, because there's been closer ties to club nights, the things got a bit more conventional, and that's something we really want to stay away from. You know, like not to like put down any locations, but you know, there's
certain places we shouldn't have done some parties.
Yeah, like if you've ever heard of Tipsy, like please like spit in their face.
Yeah, fuck Tipsy and Dalston.
Yeah,
scumbags. They stole our money.
They stole our money, like they stole our money, like. And
if you, like we've been really trying to get away from that. So
Ace Hotel as well. Like until they change their security, don't do a party at Ace Hotel unless you want like misogynist security guards like throwing out like. I'm being censored, but like basically, do what you want, but like make sure like if you actually believe in a progressive club night, actually fucking do it. Don't just say like, ooh, we're like progressive, we're inclusive, but then you host a night where the security and the bar is like rinsing your cause, you know. Don't throw a charity night, and then the bar gets all the money. Like that's not really charity, is it?
But as we can see in the next slide, I think it's a video clip. Okay, well, like halfway through this is gonna, yeah. We like it will show that we've recently done a party event in a wrestling ring in Brixton, which was a really nice change to not be in like a club environment.
Yeah.
It was quite more.
That was fun. Like we basically it was a wrestling school where they teach Japanese wrestling that's down the road from where we live. I actually signed up to start wrestling there, to start learning how to wrestle there, because the Japanese strong style is amazing, and that's like a huge influence on what Bala Club is anyway. Like Bala Club is based on Japanese wrestling, but like we had the chance to do a concert inside their wrestling school, and basically they had a wrestling ring, and we had our friend Luke like do designs that were kind of crazy. Like he put like barbed wire and like made like a light out of Bala Club. Like he did it in the space of like 2 days. It was like
Shouts out Luke.
yeah, shouts out Luke. Easily born. Like he's a creative genius.
Yeah, so that was like a nice change, and
Yeah.
we're hoping to go in that more of that direction for the rest of the year, and for as long as we can keep going. Anyways, let's move on to. Okay, so also as we mentioned, Bala Club is quite also like a label now. But before all this, we kind of started with our SoundCloud page.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was one of the outlets. I
With
guess.
like all OG members, me and Uli, Endgame,
Endgame,
Blaze
Hotel
Kid,
Endgame.
Blaze Kid. It was just like a hub for us to like release whatever we were doing, and it's kind of weird because me and Uli, like obviously we're brothers, we're like 1 year apart. We've probably had like hundreds of projects since we were kids.
Yeah.
And Bala Club was like the latest project, and it's just through the SoundCloud page. It was the first one that got any recognition, like without like it just kind of happened.
I mean, to be honest, like, not to gas Endgame up, but he was the first guy to put us on
Endgame was-
MTS, like,
Yes.
and like give us like an hour, and then he let us take over his show, and he really gave us like a place where we could showcase what we were doing, and like nobody really gave us that opportunity before, you know. So
Yeah, Endgame's show Precious Metals. It's
yeah,
like
that's where we kind of
it's really
started.
important. It like is always putting on like new artists or artists that like probably wouldn't usually get like an opportunity to shine. But Endgame's out here. He's lurking on mine, looking for the. But yeah. Shout out Endgame. He was like the first person to really like show love and put us on, and like through that, like it just kept building.
Yeah, yeah. I guess like it was through that we got to like start forming relationships with other musicians that were like-minded, because I guess they felt that the world they were living in wasn't something that really agreed with what they were creating, and what we were doing felt the same. Like, we've been making music since we were 7, and we were our only fans. Like, we just listened to our own music until we were like 19 or something, and that's the first time anyone like listened to what we were doing and was like, okay, like.
Yeah, it was cute, but yeah, through that, like, we kept like just getting connected to like loads of like-minded artists, and then that kind of led to us doing our first proper release, the Bala Comp Volume 1, where we like had like artists from everywhere who we had to like build friendships with, just like through online or through meeting them like abroad or wherever. But we had like everyone on there, like Mecha Talk from Berlin, Killer Vessi from Chicago, Rules, like everyone from all over the world. And that was like, the Bala Comp Volume 1 was like super important. Actually, wait, if we could go to the next slide, I think it's the artwork for that. Is it? Oh, it's died, I think. But
Oh, it's all good. Like, everything dies. Like, we're just hoping that, like, I don't know, like, we can showcase that this isn't London-centric. Me and Kami have never, well, I mean, because we didn't go to school, we didn't have friends, we just hang out in our room until someone finally hit us up on Twitter, like, hey, what's up? We like your music, and then that's how we connected with London.
Yeah, I mean, I still, like, yeah.
I wouldn't call myself a Londoner.
Yeah, we've always had, like, some, like, I felt disassociated from London or anything really going on, so it's so, like, strange to see that when, like, Bala Club has a proper audience, it's like people are actually connecting to this, even though we're not really, like, London. I don't really connect with London in any way.
Yeah, it's the only good thing that I could say could come out of London is that it was the place where we could connect with many people that were like-minded, but they themselves would say they felt like an alien in London themselves. So I guess that's like the connection we will have. Like we don't really feel like we belong here, so we created a place where we do belong and where we can make the rules ourselves. That's kind of the idea, really.
No, exactly. And yeah, it's been like super sweet. Like, and now through all this, we've like kind of established our record label, like properly, and we could like like properly release like EPs, albums, whatever we want. We could even do physical releases now through like. It was kind of sweet how it just all happened like over a year.
Yeah,
And
I don't know. It was all just because of the kind of kindness of people that we'd come in contact with. Like, I don't know. Like, we're fortunate to have had so much support from people that I don't know. That could be, like.
they didn't need to show us support at all.
They didn't need to do what they've done for
Like
us.
our first party, like was an insane lineup, and like it was just everyone. Like it wasn't even like they weren't really doing us a favor. They just wanted to like come and like help Bala Club. I mean, they just wanted to like have fun. Like the first ever party, we got like Heavy and Christ and like Miss Signo and stuff, and it was like
Signo hates DJing, and he did it for
yeah.
us.
And they just decided to play it for our first ever party. It was Bala Club's first party, and like the headliner was like Heavy and Christ and Miss Signo and Darker and stuff. It was like it was really blessed of them, and ever since then it just kept getting bigger. And like, it's been so blessed because we like actually have no funding or anything. All this comes out of our own money.
We're
And,
literally in our bedroom just doing this, and thankfully people are like helping us.
yeah, like it's like everyone's just down to like, it's just fun for everyone. Like that's like the main thing. Like so many artists, like when we reach out for them to play, it's just like they're just down to like put on like a really cute party.
Yeah, that's the goal, like to have fun. Like I guess as many people have already mentioned, like it's not so much that like the club scene is dead right now. Like clubbing is just dead, and like I think we just need to move forward. Like we need to, just like people got bored of guitar bands. People
like,
are gonna get bored of DJs. People are gonna get bored of that. Like the idea is to always think what's next. Like not what already happened.
But also like not like consciously be like considering like what can I do that's new. It's just like naturally fucking like growing and not doing the same old boring shit.
Yeah, like why are you born? Like not to live someone else's life. You're born to live your own life. Do your own thing. Don't be someone else. As terrible as your life you might consider it to be, like make that life what you want it to be. Like
That's what we done.
That's what we've done. Like that's the only thing we've done, and like we've managed to have fun, and I don't know. We feel blessed for it. Like we feel like very blessed.
I think we're good.
We're done. Okay,
Yeah,
we've spoken enough.
I hope that made sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Also, shouts out Berlin Community Radio.